Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert with The Ted Show, of course. I just wanted to wish you a happy new year. I hope you enjoyed the festivities if you celebrated. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely excited for 2021. Not that 2020 was bad, it was just unprecedented and so different. Today, I want to talk about the word for 2021. I pick one every year. Last year, interestingly enough, my word was health. And if you know my history from 2020, you know that that could be construed as a big joke of a word. But in reality, looking back, I feel like health was going to be the focus. And, God willing, it was. And it was overcome, thank God. But this year, I really thought about what I wanted to say, what I wanted to do, where I wanted my focus to be. And the word that I chose for 2021 is connect. Connect, all forms of connect, not just connect, but reconnect and disconnect. Connections are very important to me. They always have been. I'm a big people person. I love to build relationships. I love to maintain relationships, and I really like to get to know people. So connect is my word for 2021. So I want to connect more deeply with my family and friends. I have amazing relationships now, but I want to give more of myself, and I believe that I can do better. If I do better, that makes the relationship more deep, and also it's a better connection. You can always do better in your relationships. I want to connect more to my faith, to God, really take a deep dive. I'd like to do some Bible study this year. I'd really like to examine my faith, what I do with it, how I utilize it, how I exemplify it in my world, not just my personal life, but my business life. I like to connect to real relationships this year. Authenticity. I almost chose that word, but it's kind of a tongue twister. But I want to connect to real relationships. I want to connect to people who want real relationships. I don't want it to be all business. I don't want it to be all negative. I want all positivity. And maybe I live in a dream world, but I believe that I have enough discernment to connect to real relationships. And of course, on the flip side, that means I want to disconnect from toxic relationships. I've had many toxic relationships that I have had to disconnect from this year, especially 2020. And I really want to create an environment where toxic relationships are not part of it. And so my plan is to, as I'm connecting more deeply with my faith and my own authenticity, is to disconnect from any toxic relationships. I want to reconnect with my creative side. Now I get to do this every day. I get to be on camera every day, and I love every second of it. I love connecting with my audience and with the people who support me. But I want to get back into writing and my creative side. I have written a first chapter in a book, and I'm just working on that. And I feel like I have taken time away from that, so I want to reconnect with that. I want to disconnect with people who don't want the best for me, which can be toxic relationships, but sometimes you can't identify them. And one thing I want to be certain of, I want to disconnect from them, but I don't want to be negative about them. I want to disconnect from those people who don't want the best from me, but their behavior and their actions do not determine whether I love or care about them. I just need to be away from them. And sometimes we have to love people from afar. I want to connect with self-care. I know it seems like I self-care all the time because I'm very blessed to be able to do what I do, but I want to get back into reading. I know it's crazy, but I don't read enough. I feel like reading, there are so many amazing books out there, and I want to reconnect to that. I really, really want to meditate. I want to get more massages. I want to connect to the things that I know I need to be doing, and I have not been doing. Journaling too. If you're not a journaler, I used to be a big journaler. Is that even a word? And I want to reconnect with that. Anything that has to do with self-care, and self-care is not a selfish thing. It is something that you need to do. And part of that for me will be disconnecting from activities that are not fruitful, things that don't do me good. And it doesn't mean that the activity itself is bad, but it's a waste of time. And if I'm wasting time on those activities, if I'm still connected to them, it takes away from time I could be connecting to wonderful things and fruitful things. I just feel like I do a lot of things at night, especially when I'm winding down, and it's a lot of fluff. I should be, and I want to be doing something that continues to open my heart, continues to grow my soul and my spirit, continues to show me and connect me to things that are better for me, better for my family, better for my business, better for my friends, better overall for the world. And I know that I can do that. And sometimes scrolling, which is one of my favorite things to do, isn't the best use of my time. And I want to disconnect from some of that so that I can actually have the space to connect with the things that are important. And finally, I want to connect with what my purpose is. You've probably heard that. I hear this buzzword all the time. What's your purpose? Heck, I don't know what my purpose is. I know that I'm supposed to be impacting the world in some way, shape, or form. I believe that my show and the things that I do in the community are a great start. But to actually connect with what my purpose is, to refine it, to really dig deep and connect with it so that I can be better at what I am doing. I can be better at the relationships I have. I can be better in my faith, because I feel like if I know better what my purpose is, if I connect to it, then that is going to improve my life and the lives around me, because I'll be actually making the impact that I believe I'm supposed to make. I don't know exactly what that is, so I'm not sitting here telling you I have all the answers. I'm just telling you that my word for 2021 is connect. And I love you all. I appreciate you. Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to connecting with you on a much deeper level in 2021. God bless you guys.